Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are making a cleansing mud mousse. So this stuff is pretty neat. It's basically just like a mixture of clay with some added spices and herbs, but when you get it wet, it gets all foamy and moussey, which is, I think, very cool. And that is thanks to the inclusion of baking soda, which is basic, and vitamin C, which is acidic. And so, of course, when you wet them, you end up with a dry version of one of those baking soda vinegar volcanoes in your palm, which is very cool. I don't know. You'll see in the video. It's really neat. So this DIY is based off of a stupidly expensive store-bought product. It's $70 or 95 Canadian dollars for, yes, for clay, for some salt, for some baking soda, some vitamin C, and then some spices and herbs. And I definitely understand that handmade cosmetics and skincare products are marked up beyond just the cost of the ingredients, but this seems excessive, to say the least. So we're gonna make our own and sort of bypass that. To use this, just get a little bit in your palm, like half a teaspoon, and then get a little bit of water in there. It'll actually absorb a fair amount of water because the rhassoul clay is quite absorbent. So get some water in there and mix it around, and you'll see that it kind of gets frothy, and then just massage it into your skin. And you'll notice there's a really nice amount of slip in there, courtesy of the marshmallow root, which I think is pretty cool. It has a slip you'd probably associate with soap, but of course it's not at all soapy because that's just marshmallow root. So you massage it in, and you'll notice there's a few grains in there that'll help with exfoliation, but it's not like a scrub. It's just nice, gentle exfoliation, and then rinse it off and follow up with any other face washes you might use in your favorite moisturizer, and you're done. I wouldn't use this more than every 2 to 3 days, just because we don't really need that much exfoliation going on our skin from sort of physical. But yeah, I think you'll really like it. This is pretty easy to customize. You can customize the herb blend. You can add essential oils if you want. You can add a little bit of sea salt if you want or not. Up to you. But in the end, it's crazy easy to make. You're basically just gonna dump everything into your DIY specific coffee grinder. Don't use the one you use for coffee. And then just, and that's pretty much it. And sort of let the dust settle, put it in a jar, and voila! You just made some cleansing mud mousse. It's really, really easy, and you'll feel pretty proud because not only is it awesome, but you just saved $70. So yeah, let's get making. So this is delightfully easy to assemble. We'll start by putting our clays in our coffee grinder. So here is 1 tablespoon of rhassoul clay and 1 tablespoon of kaolin clay. This is the white stuff, but you could use the red if you wanted for a more mud-like look. Now for our ingredients to make it fizz, half a teaspoon of vitamin C and half a teaspoon of baking soda. If you don't have the vitamin C, just use citric acid instead. And then for sort of our fun and decorative ingredients, in here I have approximately half a teaspoon of each marshmallow root, rose petals, and calendula. And in here I have 1/32 teaspoon of each ground cinnamon and ground cloves, and 1/64 a teaspoon of turmeric. Pop our lid on here and give this a nice blending. I'm going to give this a good whack. You can see that knocks all the powder out of the lid. And now I'm going to walk away from this for about 20 minutes to let all the powder settle. Alternatively, I could put on a dust mask, but it's very difficult to understand me if I'm wearing one, so you should put on a dust mask, but I'm going to walk away. So it's been about 20 minutes, and in that time I went and I made myself some new foundation. Obviously used a different coffee grinder than this one, but there we go. Dispenses quite a lot of product. Interesting. All right, well, yeah, there you can see my foundation. Obviously my face is a different color than my hands. You can see it shears out quite nicely, but yeah. Let's wipe that off and get back to our scrub. So you can see that it settled down quite nicely. There was no big poofy floaty cloud there. I got a jar there. It's already got a bunch of this exact scrub in it from when I made it so I could take pictures of it for the blog. So we can top that off. So you could add some essential oils at this point if you wanted to, but I find that it smells really nice from just the herbs and from the spices, so I'm going to leave it as is. The original that sort of inspired this used a blend of cocoa and vanilla. So I'd say that's pretty full. So let's get an idea for how this kind of turns into a little bit of a mud mousse. So I've got a little dish here so we can take a look. So you'd probably just do this in your palm, but it's easier for me to show you in a little dish. And then I've got a little bit of water here. This absorbs a surprisingly large amount of water. You can immediately see it starting to get foaming and fizzing and turning into a big fluffy mousse there. And it smells pretty good too. So that's what you would use to wash your face with. You can see it has a couple little specks in it, but it's actually quite smooth, and the marshmallow root gives it a really nice slip. So yeah. There's your cleansing mousse mud. And you can pack this up and use your excess right away, and there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and check the description box below for the full written recipe and links to this recipe on my blog, where you'll find links to all of the ingredients and all of the equipment. See you next time!